Which Armani code is for you? Is it the newest Armani Code Parfum or the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette? My name is Monika, and on this channel we talk about men's cologne from a woman's perspective. So if you want to smell great and hear about newest best colognes, subscribe to this channel. And now let's jump to discussing all of these wonderful colognes and which one is the best for you personally. Armani Code, the line is just iconic. It is a very popular cologne, and I get why. When people come to this room with all my amazing fragrances, every time I give this fragrance, especially this one, to anybody, they all love it. It's an instant like. Everybody has noted down the name of this cologne when I have shown it to women, to men. They just want to either buy it for somebody or for themselves. So I do get the hype of the line. I personally adore it. I think it's the perfect, alluring, sexy cologne, but still has that super nice freshness. With the Eau de Toilette, you get the super minty freshness, and kind of it's the lightest one of them all. It's really transparent, but that opening, it's to die for. This one I really react to when I smell it. It's just wow. If you want to really make an impression on somebody during the first maybe 30 minutes of meeting, and this one, it has got that wow factor opening. It's just amazing. And then it settles down to being that tonka bean, that really deep Armani Code vibe. We all know it. It's like a bit of leather, vanilla, a bit of spiciness. It is perfectly blended together and really nice of a fragrance. But the opening is where this fragrance really stands out, and the lightness of it is really mysterious, which I love because it gives it that I want to know him sort of a effect to this fragrance. Longevity with this one is moderate. Projection and the sillage, it's okay. It gives you a nice scent bubble, but it isn't very, very strong, especially when compared to the other ones. That's so good. If you've tried all three of them, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'm sure it'll be helpful also to other people checking out this video and for them to make a decision about which one to get. Next up, Armani Code Eau de Parfum. This was my favorite from the line for a long time, but maybe now something is changing. But this is a fragrance that has got that same minty freshness, but then it's got a more plush, suede-y feel to it. It's got a bit of citruses in there. It's got also a bit more depth, more woodiness to it. It really settles down to such a gorgeous fragrance. It's also quite a bit stronger with the sillage and also with longevity. So this one amps up that fragrance. It's not as transparent as the Eau de Toilette. Eau de Toilette, I think, is the perfect office fragrance because it has got that mintiness. It's not too strong, not too much. It's just an everyday gem, whereas this has got more of that sex appeal. It's a bit more intense, perfect maybe for a bit colder weather, evenings. It's got that mysteriousness about it. It's a very, very nice fragrance. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy me comparing a whole line of fragrances, then I'll know to make more of these fragrances videos. Now jumping from this one to this one, we've got a complete change of bottle, and I wonder if they've stepped it up because of BDC, so Bleu de Chanel, and because of Dior Sauvage Elixir having magnetic caps, and they just want to compete with that packaging. I think it's super great that they've done it. It's luxurious sort of experience you're getting. The magnetic cap, this one doesn't have a magnetic cap, and it's kind of finicky to open. You've got a really fine sprayer. You've got a nice, I think quite a masculine look to the bottle. It really just makes the whole experience luxe. So bottle, I think, amazing compared to the original line. Then now for the scent, this scent, especially when I compare it with this one, with regards to sillage and also longevity, they're pretty similar. So if you want a strong cologne, these two are perfect. Where they differ is the depth of scent. To me, the Eau de Parfum smells a bit more soapy, a bit more clean, whereas the Armani Code Parfum, it really just captures the best opening of the Eau de Toilette, that mintiness that I just like swoon over. So this one, I didn't know things could get better than the Eau de Parfum, but when I smell this, every time I smell it, I'm like, it just blows me away. This is gorgeous. It's such a good men's cologne. This would definitely get my attention as a woman. Like if a man smelled like this on a date, like this is just amazing. Also, it's got more intensity, more leather to it, a bit more grip. It's a bit darker. It just gives you the oomph. It really smells like money. They have amped up that luxurious fragrance feel from the Eau de Parfum. So I would say this is my new favorite. It is absolutely like insane. I would say that they have smashed it with this release. If you're getting into the Code line right now, go for this. This gives you longevity, gives you projection, gives you an amazing luxury fragrance, amazing packaging, and it's both sexy and perfect for every day if you don't apply too many sprays, because this is a strong fragrance. You may be thinking, how do I test this fragrance? How do I know it's great? I actually have my husband wear these fragrances for me because it's different when he wears it and just smelling it up close on the skin and like on my own skin. So he has tried this fragrance. What do you think about it? What do you think about this new fragrance?
I initially loved it, and now I hate it. No, I'm joking. No, my initial reaction was obviously like, this is really good. And surprisingly, it says parfum. I would imagine it would be much denser and much kind of thicker fragrance, but it's still kind of fresh.
Yeah, it
right?
just has that the Eau de Toilette bit in the opening with like the intensity. So it's better than this because the Eau de Toilette is the perfect opening. This was the perfect dry down, and this one is both. Like they just did.
But then also you have freshness, but at the same time you have longevity with this one
and so, power in this fragrance.
Yeah.
It's a really attractive fragrance, and I can imagine it on everybody. It's so versatile. Yeah, if I was to gift somebody a fragrance, this would be it. It's such a
that would be a nice gift for sure.
Fragrance.
What would you say is the difference between Eau de Toilette and Parfum then? If this is
longevity and sillage, definitely. Yeah. And also it's got much more depth and luxurious feel. And this one is more sexy, like in the date setting, I would say, or like evenings.
Yeah, so this seems like this would be a no-brainer if you, as Monika mentioned, especially if you're getting into fragrances and you don't own any of them and you just want to get into this line. My suggestion would also be Parfum.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you'll be seeing it on this channel because oh my god, it's so good! I'm so happy.